So here we have the BMW 435D M Sport convertible automatic on an 18 plate. I'm going to start by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's a two-door car with alloy wheels. We'll start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the boot, you'll see we have reversing sensors. Plenty of boot space as well. Obviously the roof is up at the moment, so this is the amount of boot space you have with the roof up. If you want to put the roof down, the boot space will be this section at the bottom. As you have to close this, the roof will sit above this section and your boot space becomes this part underneath. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. You get full leather seats. The driver's seat is electronically adjustable with 2 memory settings as well. And there's plenty to run through on the dashboard of this car, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the fuel gauge, followed by the speedometer, then the rev counter. At the bottom in the middle, you can see the total miles for the car are 8,440. We can change the information displayed above that with a button on the end of the indicator stalk for various different bits of fuel economy information back round to the beginning again. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left hand side we have cruise control and speed limiter, and on the right hand side we have stereo controls and voice activation for the phone. So hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it can do that for you without you having to take your phone from your bag or your pocket. That is of course once you pair up your phone, which is done on the central screen, and we'll come to that in just a moment. The paddles here, so the minus and plus on the other side, are so that you can change gear manually on this automatic gearbox should you wish to. So the central screen is just here, so this is where you'll pair your phone amongst other things. It's all touchscreen, so you can see I can slide across, I can select things off of there if I wish to, or I can make all of those same movements using the iDrive system, which is essentially this dial here. So you can go through options, you can push this down, it moves to the left, the right, up and down as well, which becomes handy in certain menus. This is obviously a lot easier to use whilst you're driving than having to use the touch screen. So up on here, starting from the left, we have media and radio. You can see this car's got DAB, FM, AM radio as well, CD player. We can stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio, and there's a USB input too. So plenty of ways to connect up and listen to music. Pair your phone is done under the communication heading. We then have satellite navigation, so we can view the map. If we want to access the options panel over to the left-hand side of the screen, we can just jog the dial over to the left or back again. We can zoom in and out of the map using the dial as well. There's a full video showing exactly how this works on both our website and on our Facebook page, which is well worth checking out. The other thing you can do, which is worth noting, is you can change the order at which these sit. So if you want navigation and media at the far left hand side, you can do, and you can switch all them round in whatever way you want to. Below that we have the CD player and dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the fan speed in the middle here, passenger temperature and driver temperature. You can determine where you'd like the air to blow for each passenger individually. When you're happy with all of them settings, that button will turn the air conditioning on, or you can hit that one to put it onto auto, and the car will maintain those temperatures by taking control of the fan speed itself. You can override that whenever you want to. Hit the same button and you'll go back to whatever settings you were previously on. This car's also got a heated driver and passenger seat, both with 3 different settings each, particularly handy in a convertible, especially at this kind of time of year where the sun might be out but it might not be all that warm. Under that we have USB input. We have 2 cup holders here and a 12-volt charging socket. The automatic gearbox. To the right hand side of that we can turn on or off the parking sensors. We can turn off the traction control. And then these buttons will change the driving setup of the car. So you can put the car into sport mode. You can put it, and it will show you up here what mode you're in, and on the central screen as well. You can put it into Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Sport mode, for example, will give you firmer steering and a more sensitive accelerator pedal, just for that kind of sportier feel. This button turns off the traction control entirely, should you wish to, or you can go to Sport Plus, which gives the car a sporty feel and some limited traction control, so the car will be that little bit looser than it would be normally. We have the iDrive system, which we've already been through. And then lastly, the roof we're going to go through next. So the button for the roof is this one. Lifting the button up will open the roof. Pushing the button down will close the roof, and I'll show you that working in just a moment. Lastly, before we do the roof, these buttons here. So if I were to press this one, what I'm doing is turning on hot air to blow out of the neck area of the passenger seat or the driver's seat, and you can determine how heavily that blows out. And those vents are just here, and you'll better hear the air coming out of there now. So that's another really great way of staying warm with the roof down. So next thing I'll do is show you the roof in operation. Okay, so all we need to do is lift that button up. Firstly, all 4 windows will go down, and then the roof operation will begin. Once the roof is fully folded away, we'll get a noise to let us know that's done. We can let go of the button then, or we can keep our finger on the button and all 4 windows will do up again. We'll let go of it once the noise sounds. And there you go, the roof is now down. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.